live in a mental institution. 'Cause everything's crazy, crazy, crazy. They're doing away with borders. It's a new world. It's a new day. There is a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready. You better get ready. It's a new day. It's a new way. It's a new day, new day. It's a new way.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Samsel Report for Saturday, August 23, 2014. We're coming to you live from my personal isolation tank right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Now, the number to call in with your thoughts and comments is 314-720-6835. Oh, yes, yes, you heard right. That's 314-720-6835. Okay? So feel free to call in and say howdy. Okay? Boy, oh boy, you are listening to the one, the only Samsel Report. Oh, yes, right here, right now, on Revolution Radio. So, ladies and gentlemen, our government is a cesspool of corruption. Oh, yes, our industrial might is a thing of the past, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are being trashed by a treasonous, out-of-control government that is intent on enslaving the American people. Oh, yes, I know. It sounds just like something from out of the Twilight Zone, doesn't it? But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? You know what? We live in the Twilight Zone. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we live in the Twilight Zone, ladies and gentlemen. Do it again. Do it again.
You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance. You are bombarded by the conditioning illusion projected forth by corporate and government-controlled mass media. A world of mind-controlled automatons, unable to think or speak out or stand up for themselves. You're entering a world where everything is just the opposite of what you think it is. You are living in the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone.
Oh, man. Now, you can take it from me. Take it from me, ladies and gentlemen. We live in the Twilight Zone. Yes, indeed. The mainstream media is a weapon that is being used to control and dumb down the American people, even as they are raped financially, their rights and liberties are trampled upon, and America destroyed by design. And now it's time for an important message. Oh, yes, especially for you listeners out there. That's right. Oh, yes, because this program on Revolution Radio is listener-supported. That's right. So send us money. Oh, yes, please send us some money. Oh, yes, because only you can support informative, innovative, entertaining, and fabulously original programs just like this one. Oh, yes, that's right. It's the Samsel Report, and it's right here on Revolution Radio. So send us a few bucks. Go in the archives. That's what you want to do. Go to the archives there. Right? Sign up, go in there, and listen to the archives. Okay? All right? Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, I'll tell you what. Everything is everything is under control in Ferguson. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what. Well, let us continue. I tell you what. You are here. You are listening. So there is hope. That's right. So cheer up, buckaroos. Man, oh, man, don't let it get you down. You know, enjoy yourself until the bottom falls out, right? Man, oh man. Well, I tell you what, we're gonna, this is the Samsel Report. Now, hold on, I want to check this out, okay? All right, check this out. The Samsel Report. Now, what do you think of that? Did you like that? Did you like that? You want to hear it again? Yeah, okay, check it out. Check it out. The Samsel Report. There you go. What do you think of that? Huh? What do you think of that? Check this one out. Check this out. Looking at the news from a different perspective. What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Well, we'll stick with this one. How's that?
Free your mind. And your ass will follow.
That's right. And no truer words have ever been uttered by a Homo sapien. Oh, man. And now, okay. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go directly to the news, because all this news, and let me tell you something, it's depressing, okay? It's downright depressing, okay? So, enough fun and games for now. We're going to look at the issue, okay? The issue that is taking place in Ferguson, just 10 minutes down 270, all right? Okay? Right here in St. Louis, Missouri, okay? Our first headline Ferguson police militarization. Cash flowed to lawmakers who voted to militarize the police. Oh, yes, indeed, you heard right. As local law enforcement has deployed martial law tactics against those protesting the police killing of an 18-year-old right here in Ferguson, Missouri, a debate is suddenly raging over how municipal police forces came to resemble military units. Oh, yes, a new report suggests that the trend may, in part, have to do with campaign contributions to congressional lawmakers. Oh, You see what's going on here? Huh? At issue is the federal government's so-called 1033 program. Oh, yes, the 1033 program. And that permits the Pentagon to give military hardware to local police departments. Oh, yes, and that is what needs to be nixed. Right quick. Right? Right? Police officials say the equipment helps them better secure the local communities. Oh, yes, that's what the police officials have to say. They say it helps us better secure the local community. So there you go. They want to secure your community. What total bull excrement. That is like Orwellian. Right? Right? Why, that's nothing less than doublespeak. Right? Am I right? How stupid do they think we are? How stupid are we? That is the question. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. In a June investigative report, the New York Times documented how that program, among others, has allowed police departments to receive tens of thousands of machine guns, nearly 200,000 ammunition magazines, millions of rounds of ammunition, hundreds of silencers. Oh, yes, they need silencers. Oh, yeah, armored cars. Oh, yes, armored personnel carriers. Oh, yes, with machine guns mounted on them, right? Aircraft as well. And all of this to the tune of around $4.3 billion. Now, how do you like them apples? Huh? That represents profits for the defense contractors because the program creates a secondary market, see, and additional demand for those contractors' goods. So, how do you like them apples? The Pentagon can, for instance, pass equipment and ammunition to local police departments only to then turn around and buy more equipment for themselves. See how that works? Right? Meanwhile, local police departments spend money on parts and maintenance, right, for the equipment, and thereby provide another potential stream of money to the contractors. Now, defense contractors are making money on the militarization of the police. And the local politicians are making money on this deal too. That's right. Oh yes, according to data compiled by investigators, the lawmakers that are voting to continue funding the 1033 program, on average, 73%, they got on average 73% more money from the defense industry than those voting to defund it. See? And in all, the average lawmaker voting for the 1033 program received more than $100,000. That's right, from the defense contractors. And that's just in the last 2 years. According to data compiled by the National Institute for Money in State Politics, the National Institute for Money in State Politics, more than $18 million of campaign contributions has been dumped into state elections in the last 2 years by military contractors. See? So in other words, the politicians are making or taking bribes from the defense industry. Right? They're making them, they're taking them. I tell you what, boy, oh boy, the dirty, rotten dogs, I tell you, they're taking money to help facilitate the equipping and training of the police in order to suppress the American people. That is exactly what they're doing. Oh yes. This has nothing to do with protecting the people from terrorism. They're turning the police into a military occupation force. Oh, look out. They're turning the cops into an occupation force. This is, all of a sudden, we live in Nazi Germany, right? Right? Am I right? Right? This is America. Isn't it? I mean, right here, this is America. We are we don't have a Gestapo, right? We don't have a Gestapo, right? We don't have an SS, right? And we don't have the Gestapo, and we don't have, you stupid fools. But I tell you what, that's what we're going to get. That is what we are going to get. With the surveillance, the track and trace, high-tech total information system that's being put into place, we have been stripped of our right to privacy. We have no privacy is non-existent anymore, isn't it? Isn't it? Am I right? Huh? Wait until they start launching all those, all those drones all over the place. Huh? Wait. Just you wait. Okay? We will be watched every minute of every day. And if we don't like it, then they'll send in stormtroopers, right? Am I right? Huh? Huh? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. We are in deep, deep doo-doo. Yes, we are. Oh, yes, we are. What's going on in Ferguson is a hell of a lot more than just unrest and demonstrations against police brutality over the shooting of this black man. This is about the track and trace total surveillance police state. That's what it's all about. They are cramming this down our throats, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yes. And the people out there in the streets of Ferguson, they have no idea what is really going on here. To these people, it's about racism and police brutality. It's about black against white. But I tell you what, we haven't seen nothing yet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. You ain't seen nothing yet. Man, oh man. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, America. Yes, indeed. Please wake up. Please wake up, America. Man, oh man, oh man. You are listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio. The number to call in, 314-720-6835. Okay? All right. Okay. I tell you what. What is it? 22 after? It's 9:22 here in St. Louis. That's right. And we're going to go ahead and do the Charlie thing, okay? We're going to go do the Charlie thing, so check it out, and we'll be right back.
Yes, it's Charlie Danger, private detective. Charlie Danger, defender of the Constitution. And now, Charlie Danger, private detective.
Get this and get it straight. Crime is a sucker's road, and those who travel it today are more cunning, traitorous, and evil than ever. They got big wallets and big ideas and big plans, and they don't like anything or anyone that gets in their way. I ought to know. I'm Charlie Danger. It was a cold, windy day as I sat behind my desk in my cozy little office waiting for a phone to ring that lately hadn't been ringing enough. I sat staring blankly at the wall, listening to the sultry sound of the sax player down the hall practicing for his next weekend's gig. I was trying to decide if I should get up and fix myself yet another drink. Suddenly the door burst open, and a beautiful blonde bombshell in a fancy evening dress that fit just right in just the right places strolled into the room. She stood there in her spiked heels looking utterly gorgeous and at the same time a little bit dangerous. I say dangerous because in her pretty little hand was a great big .38 caliber snub-nosed Smith & Wesson, and the business end was pointing right at my ticker.
Yes, there are now 4 Charlie Danger adventures to choose from. Go to hiddenmysteries.com. That's hiddenmysteries.com.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And you can go to hiddenmysteries.com where you can check out all 4 of the Charlie Danger adventure books, right? Or today's New Atlantis. Now, that one is the one you ought to really check out. Check that one out. Okay? All right? And help old Wild Bill from having to live out in the street. Okay? Man, oh man, oh man. Okay, well, let us continue. Let us continue. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even mention Charlie, the old time radio show. Now, next week, God willing, next week we'll have another Charlie Danger episode, old time radio episode. Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool? With the one, the only Terry Joyce as my co-star. Oh, man, you don't want to miss that. So that's going to be next week. The continuing episode of Charlie Danger, Private Detective. All right. Now, where was I? Man, oh, man. Oh, yeah, Ferguson, of course, yeah. It's been a regular circus down here in St. Louis, with all these limousines driving all over, these processions of limousines driving all over the place. We had Al Sharpton, right, and Eric Holder, right? He came down, and Jesse Jackson came down there, and oh man, that's a three-ring circus right there, isn't it? Isn't it? It's a three-ring circus right there, and then you can throw in the new Black Panthers too. They were all out there running around all over the place, right? Oh, I tell you, it's been a circus. It has, man, oh man, a regular circus. And, but I tell you what, this is happening in cities all over the country, ladies and gentlemen. See, and it's going to happen more and more, and the incidents are going to get greater and more violent. Oh, yes. And then they'll turn around and declare martial law. And then you will be living in Nazi Germany. Oh, man. Look out. That's right. And if you don't like it, well, tough crap, hey. Forget about it. Okay? That is what is going down there in Ferguson. Oh, yes. And in the meantime, you got the dirty, rotten dirt bags from the government making money off of the implementation of this Nazi police state. Oh, yeah. The criminals in government are making money off of the system that they're putting into place. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, who could be a 2016 presidential candidate. He published an editorial in Time magazine in the wake of the Ferguson shooting. And this is what he had to say. He said, when you couple this militarization of law enforcement with erosion of civil liberties, that allows the police to become the judge and the jury, and we begin to have a very serious problem on our hands. Now, that's what Senator Rand Paul had to say. A very serious problem on our hands. Right. Right, there you go. So, man, oh man, it says here, to which I say, no, Sherlock. Okay? But I can't say that, so I won't. All right. As we continue, I tell you what, it is 9:30 here in St. Louis. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And it's what is it, 10:30 on the East Coast? And what? 7:30 on the Pacific Coast? And isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Looking at the news from a different perspective. That's right. From a different perspective. Okay. All right. But let us continue. Because we're getting into the good stuff now. Okay. The Pentagon gave nearly $500 million of military gear to local law enforcement last year alone. $500 million of military gear went to local law enforcement. And that's just in 1 year. Just 1 year. How do you like them apples? We got a caller. I'm gonna go to the caller. Hold on. Here we go. How you doing, caller?
Hey, Mr. Wild Bill, how you doing?
Oh,
I'm doing good.
pretty good, man. How are you tonight?
Great. Hey, the cops learned well from the drug war. I seen it escalate, the whole thing. You know, I was born in the mid-'50s and through the 60s, and then when the drug war started, the 70s, and then you see it escalate into the 80s where, you know, it was corrupting everybody, and they learned very well that they can make money off, you know, billions off the drug war for money to chase after the drugs and everything. Now they got the Patriot Act behind them, and they get special powers to get the tanks because all of us are terrorists now.
All right.
Instead of all of us being drug addicts and drug users where they could just rush into the wrong house and shoot grandma in the bed, you know. They didn't like that. They want it's gone crazy. So we gotta tell them you gotta get rid of this Patriot Act, man, or we're never gonna get our
definitely
back.
Oh, definitely. The first thing I would throw out would be the Patriot Act.
Yeah, and then this drug war, you know, and any moral person could see that it's evil to humanity. For the past 40 years, trillions, $2 trillion, over 40,000 lives, you know, innocent people. It ain't doing nothing, man. Take the power, put the money on the table and use it for good. You know, it's come to that time. It's so corrupt.
Right. Well,
we learned all about it with Serpico, and it didn't get any better since Serpico blew the whistle on all of them, you know?
Oh, man. I mean, you know, it makes your head spin, you know?
We wouldn't be in this condition if we get rid of the drug war. If we got rid of the drug war, 50% of crime would go away, 80% of corruption would go away.
Well, that remains to be seen.
It's the truth.
We are in so deep of trouble here. All right. So there we have it. Oh man, everything suddenly got technical. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But we are back. See, we're back. So, and we lost the callers and everything. Man, oh man. Boy, oh boy. All right. Okay. Everybody just chill out. Where was I? Pentagon gave $500 million of military gear to local law enforcement last year. That's right. That's where I was. All right. The events in Ferguson, Missouri, right here this week, are an uncomfortable reminder of the militarization of America's small-town law enforcement agencies. The photos coming out of the town, pictures of heavily armed officers in full combat gear squaring off against unarmed protesters, looks like images we're used to seeing from places like Gaza, Turkey, or Egypt, right? Not from a Midwestern suburb, right, of 21,000 people. The 1033 program has transferred more than $4.3 billion in equipment since its inception in 1997. And the caller was talking about the drug war. Well, this did come out. This is what it originally, in its original form, was to combat the drug war. Okay, So, and then it grew into just turning them into another arm of the military, you know. So, in 2013 alone, it gave nearly $500 million worth of military equipment to local law enforcement agencies. And that's according to the program's website, the 1033 program. Google that. And its website will come up and you can check it out. Okay? The needs of an occupying military force are, or at least should be, distinct from those of local law enforcement. Effective policing requires much more than an overwhelming firepower. It entails, among other things, working with the local community to gain its trust. But it's difficult to do when you're staring community members down from atop the gun turret of an armored vehicle, as the St. Louis County police officers did in Ferguson. Oh, yes. They were pointing the gun turrets of this here armored vehicle on the crowd of the people. All right? So, this is what's been going on here in Ferguson. But it's oh man, this is our next headline. This is the terrifying result of the militarization of the police. This whole thing is when you look at it, is the result of the militarization of the police. They're getting pushier and pushier and pushier, right? While serving as a U.S. Marine on patrol in Afghanistan, as I'm reading this is what the guy is saying. This is him saying this, okay? This is not me saying, this is him saying this, okay? All right? While serving as a U.S. Marine on patrol in Afghanistan, we wore desert camouflage to blend in with our surroundings. We carried rifles to shoot back when under enemy attack and drove around in armored vehicles to ward off roadside bombs. Oh, man, I tell you, we looked intimidating, but all of our vehicles and equipment had a clear purpose for combat against enemy forces. So why is this same gear being used on city streets? Okay. In Afghanistan, we patrolled in big armored trucks. We wore uniforms that conveyed the message that we are a military force and we are in control right now. Many of the Afghans saw us as occupiers. And now we see some of our police officers in this same way. The militarization of law enforcement is counterproductive to domestic policing. Policing. Oh, it's domestic. Oh, poo. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So anyway, all that I just got finished saying was from Andrew Exum, a former military infantry officer. Okay? All right? He's a former military infantry officer. Okay? And he says they're militarizing the police to be an occupation force, which is exactly what they're doing. Okay. All right. Okay. You are listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio. Now, let us go to our next headline. Well, let me tell you. Let me explain to you here. I had this clip, right? And this clip was of John Oliver. Now, I don't know if you know who John Oliver is, but he has a show, the name of which escapes me at the moment. But this is a clip from John Oliver's show that shows the troubling effects of police militarization. And it was pretty cool. But I can't play it for you because because I can't connect to it. So there. Okay. It was a pretty neat clip too. I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting myself. But so much for that. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's move on with our look at the headlines right here on the Samsel Report. Okay. Our next headline. Officer down in Ferguson, shots fired, thousands marching. Okay, this was from 2 or 3 days ago. There was a report of an officer that was shot down on the 18th. Okay, on the 18th this took place. Reports have come in that an officer was down at a branch of the U.S. Bank in Ferguson. Gunshots were going off. Smoke bombs were going off everywhere. The cops were in single file formation. And at the same time, there's babies and grandparents in the crowd. See? So this is another clip that I can't play for you. I can't play the clip for you because the internet is screwed up. Anyway, so there you go. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay? Will you do that for me? Oh, boy, oh, boy. Or did you like the horse and the guy with the horse better? Huh? I mean... Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let us continue on with the headline. Well, it's not the headline roundup anymore, is it? I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think? You think I should go back to doing the cowboy thing, you know, with the horse and talking to the horse and everything? You think, or what? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I just try to do the best I can here with what I got, you know? You know what I'm saying? Man, oh man. And the news is not good. The news is you know, the news is, I tell you what, let's, we got another phone call here. Okay? And it looks like everything's cool so far. How you doing there, Paul?
Yeah, not bad. How are you? I'm glad that you're actually on the boots and reporting it from, you know, a perspective that we can understand. All we get is CNN down here and the rubbish that they portray. At least, you know, from Revolution Radio, we've heard a fantastic amount of lovely stuff, right? From boots on grounds.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Keep going.
It's 10 minutes away from me here, you know, and I got to go driving just not through it, but catty-cornered with it to get to my job that I do during the week. And Can
I ask one question?
Yeah.
And, you know,
yeah.
What do you think about the black community around your area? Are they fantastic or what? You know?
Are they what, fantastic? Not the ones in my neighborhood.
Okay.
The ones in my neighborhood.
And the terminology is
ones with the behind sticking out,
okay. I'm not talking about the little ones. I'm talking about the elder ones around your age group. Are they fantastic?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I work with a couple of black guys over at the auction, and they're the greatest guys in the world. They're wonderful people. Wonderful. And we get along and have a good time and do our jobs, and they're great people. Great
don't
people.
Get me wrong. All the young buggers do hang their ass out of their pants, which is funny as, right? Wearing their underwear, before they pull up their pants. But it's we don't understand it because we know what belts are for.
You don't know where that came from.
Well, I do actually. It's we got told that it come from the jail community.
Yeah.
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 And I'm not allowed to swear, and I'm being really good, but the B word is somebody.
Well, we won't mention. I think everybody can figure that out. But you're right. You're right.
Yeah, if we can work that out all the way down in Australia, why can't Americans?
Well, I don't. The American public is mesmerized by that one-eyed monster. You know what I mean? The media heads. I mean, the American people have got their heads in electronic lands. They're carrying something in their hands that they're staring into and playing around with and not paying attention to where they're going and, falling holes in the ground and stuff. And
Greatest funny home videos. I've seen them. Oh,
yeah.
That's funny as.
Oh, really? They actually have that? The funny?
Yeah, they do. And we actually watched the Americans doing it. And we laugh down here and go, oh my golly gosh. The transistor people, right, in Australia, right, back in the day used to be Chinese, and they used to have the big headphones on their heads and this and that. Mm-hmm. And they brought the technology through. And but we've got places where if you've got earphones in, pull them out. Right, because danger for you or others.
Right.
If you fall down in front of the train tracks, other people have to get you and subject themselves to danger.
Right.
So, some places, well, if it's not turned down so you can hear people, but otherwise, when you're on the train, it's fine. But otherwise, it's a great blooper.
Oh, there you go. There you have it. There you go. Man, oh man. So what's it like down there, down under? What's the weather like down there? It's hot. Oh man, it's like living in the Amazon here by the Mississippi River.
Oh my golly gosh, it's going to be like that in a few months. But we're just coming out of winter and heading into spring. Just on that transition.
Oh, wow, far out.
Yeah.
Wow. You're just going into your spring. Wow.
Yeah, just coming up.
Okay. Well, that's that
the transition from winter to spring, but it's still winterish. And then, where I am in Melbourne, it'll be winter into November.
So tell me, you listen to Revolution Radio, you listen to other freedom networks and what over here?
No, I'm only Revolution, man.
Just Revolution. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise, Wolf Spirit Radio.
Wolf Spirit, yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah. And what? Awake and Some other, there's, you know, they're turning away from the mainstream media in droves, and coming over to what I call the not alternative. Roger Landry wouldn't be happy if I said alternative. So it's the new media, okay?
Yes, we're hijacking the media
Yeah.
and turn them into this has bugger all ads. We can actually speak our mind, and anyone can do it. Welcome to Revolution Radio. We are supported by everyone around for pure donations. We don't run by ads.
That's right. There you go. There you go. And people should be give us a few bucks. People should be sending in money to help to support the network, and going into the archives too, because you get everything. You get the whole works, man. But you know what? I'm getting this psychic imprint on my mind. This is psychic feeling that we're going to have a break come up right here, right about now. So this happens about this time every week, you know, and I can just tell that we're going to have a break. So, Paul, if you want to hang out for a while, and we'll come back when we come back from break.
Not a problem, Bert.
All right. In the meantime, there it goes. Here it comes. Look out. Look out. Here it comes.
Madison Avenue mentality. Look out, it's gonna get ya. Man is gonna get ya. It's gonna get ya. Oh no, gonna get ya. Oh no. Madison Avenue mentality.
Oh, yes, and we are back.
Free your mind. And your ass will follow.
Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio, freedomslips.com. Okay, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let me see. We were talking to Paul from down there in Australia, weren't we? You there, Paul? Yeah, Paul.
Sorry, mute button. Yep. Yes, I am. And it's great to hear Wild Bill. It's fantastic.
Thanks for being there. Thanks for being there. So what down there in Australia? Do you have anything going on similar to what's going on here in
Well, our politicians are absolute morons.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm allowed to say moron because it's moronic what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Please look it up in the dictionary. Look up moron, look up moronic.
Yes,
And you'll
picture of
see
George Bush.
photos of every politician.
Oh, all of them, yeah. So.
Doesn't matter where they are. You'll see photos of every politician.
These people, it's just unbelievable, you know, and I just wonder how long it's going to continue, and how long the American people are going to put up with this stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Absolutely. The ants win over grasshoppers all the time. If you look up, if you go for the cartoon, The Ants, it was a great movie. Oh, I love that one.
The little ants running around with the cartoon. Yeah, I saw that. Of course,
yeah, it's a great analogy to teach the little kids, But unfortunately, you can't form any more than 3 people. Otherwise, they're called a gang. and they can be shot dead by the police, apparently in America.
Yeah, you have no right to assemble anymore. A lot of these people, like I said before, were grandparents and had their kids with them and stuff in this crowd. And here they're confronted with tear gas and guns pointed at them and people shouting threats at them and you know, I mean, this is totally.
I like the First and Second Amendment on your scale, but what about the other amendments? Yeah, that's what everyone's forgetting, especially over in America. They go, well, don't take our freedom of speech, don't take our rights for guns. But what about the other ones? Right to live, right to, associate, right to move around, and all the other rights,
Right.
The amendments are for. They're only focusing on these ones because they tried to get rid of them.
Well, see, the American people don't realize that their mobility has been restricted. They're not as mobile as they used to be. They stop and have to think about where they're going before they get in the car and go somewhere because they can't afford it. They're doing it economically. One of the benefits, besides, billions of dollars of profits, but one of the benefits is that you limit the mobility of the people. See?
It brings me to a classic song that it's not quite classic yet, but it's a Doof Doof one. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. And it just keeps going on.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the American social is. It's funny as, you get the black monsters with the pants hanging down and don't know how to wear a belt properly, and
yeah.
But
they're like robots. I mean, it's very robotic. I mean, it's unnatural. It's being one of those little sheeple out there, one of them little worker bugs. You know what I mean? So.
I do, yes. I totally understand where your is coming from, because are we going to do anything about it? Or do we do anything about it? Yeah. Unfortunately, Australia's coming closer to America than we actually like to, because you've already shipped all your workforce and this and that. You don't make anything anymore, and we're to follow suit. And that's no good.
No. We couldn't manufacture our way out of a paper bag. I'll tell you what, we won World War II because we could manufacture stuff, right? We manufactured bombs and planes and tanks, and we overwhelmed them with all this stuff, right? We led the world in electronics and television and all the advances, and
I know. Australian people actually went over to America and made it good, with the electronic stuff and everything else. But now it's all gone to China.
Oh yeah. So we couldn't sustain ourselves. I don't think if everything was cut off, we wouldn't be able to sustain ourselves. Am I right or what?
At the moment, you are.
I lived in Bermuda for a while.
The best part about it is people actually, if they get back to the nitty-gritty, right, and respect themselves and others, you'll find, and don't listen to spoken people, how many times has governments collapsed and rose up and collapsed and rose up and collapsed over history? It's only one of these little footnotes of these little rich people. It's us, the ants, that do it.
Well, I don't know. I think the whole damn thing is just falling apart. I think they're disassembling the whole thing. They're taking it apart, and they've got the system in place to make sure that the masses are suppressed. You know what I'm saying? And they're letting us know. They're demonstrating to us. They're letting us know that, hey, we're sending the troops. We're sending the tanks, the armor, the guns, the goon squad. the stormtroopers, the SS, you know. So that's where we're heading. That's where we're going. And our what do you call it?
No, but you got to understand. I've got to pull you up a little bit there.
What?
Every American feels like that at the moment, and I feel pity for them, and you too, right?
Oh.
But you can always change the attitude of your mind by, an uplifting idea.
Well, there you go. And I try to look at things. I look at things from a different perspective, and because all this stuff is overwhelming for people. All this stuff just is highly overwhelming to especially somebody who's just waking up and starting to ask questions and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I can say when you don't know you're being squashed until it starts to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can hear from the majority of people, they're starting to hurt.
Oh, yeah. People hurt now.
So,
right.
But the best way to, is community.
Right.
Go talk to your neighbours. Go talk to the little person with his pants down and go, why do you listen with your pants down? And interact, and say, listen, we're not all bad people.
There you go.
And that's it. It starts with interaction.
Well, that's.
And that doesn't matter on what colour you are. Honestly, I have so many colours walk through my door. It's not funny. I don't even know where they come from anymore. I've got Africans, I've got Indians, I've got, the Palestinians, the races go on. But we're a multicultural society in Melbourne, and we like it. So,
Yeah.
And the food tastes great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you have McDonald's over there?
Oh, yeah, no, I hardly ever eat that stuff. Once a blue moon. Bugger all. Nah, we cook food down here.
Over there. Oh.
Yeah, come on, we cook food.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Nationalities and us Australian pot, especially like I said in Melbourne, is fantastic. Mm-hmm. You can go into any restaurant and whatnot and this and that, and you can talk to people and this and that, and you can learn different languages, and if you take time, and you can, associate with people, and that's the best thing. Like I got people from Iran, Iraq, and America, and I've got everything here. And
when I lived in Bermuda for a couple of years, right? And there's a lot of churches in Bermuda. On Sunday, the whole island of everybody goes to church. And there's a mosque down the street from where I live. And every day, the Muslim people would go walking by, in and out, walking by. Nicest people in the world. I'll tell you what, you stand out there and hi, acknowledge each other.
Salam. William, it's alaikum salam.
Alaikum, whatever,
We got Muslim people here too.
So nice, nice. They were nice, So, and then you got the ones running around like a bunch of crazy animals over there, killing each other and blowing each other up, and they can't get along, and, terrorists and all that crap. So, there you go. But that's nice.
See, it's only people. No, it doesn't matter what religion. I can say shalom. I can say alaikum salam. I can say g'day. It's all great. It doesn't matter. And I can say a few other words like niha, and the list will go on. But I don't want to take up too much of your time.
It does. Yeah, take your pick. It doesn't matter. There's all different ways you can go on that, except the one you don't want to go that one, which is the ones that the what do you call them, the Satan worshippers, they're devil people, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? With those sacrifices, and all that stuff. So
Don't we call them bankers or politicians?
Bankers and politicians, you got it. And lawyers. And lawyers, too.
Lawyers. Oh, sorry. Sorry, lawyers. I keep on getting them two confused.
Man, oh, man, oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. Well, it's, what it all boils down to. What it all boils down to is that we all just got to learn to be a little bit nicer to everybody else. See? Be nice. I wrote a song once. Be nice to everybody. Be nice wherever you go.
I've actually got a great song, right? Well, you all know it. It's from a black person. I can't remember his name, but it's Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's
Robin
nice.
Williams is in it in the background with another American with glasses, but I can't remember the American with glasses, the other one. But, oh, my God. But
glasses? Oh, man.
No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not picking on glasses on people.
Oh.
As respective idealism. But in the song, Robin Williams and the lovely black person who Don't Worry, Be Happy. I can't remember his name. Oh, bugger. But anyway, Robin Williams is in the middle. The dude with the glasses is in the front, or the black dude's in the front, and the dude with glasses in behind. Please don't take me as a racist. I ain't.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it's Don't Worry, Be Happy. But I can't remember. Now he's a classical composer.
Oh.
So, yeah, so that's a little bit of insight.
Well, there you go. For all you trivia people out there, you can remember that now. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Well, Paul, hey, thanks a lot for calling in. God bless you. It's so nice to have you on the show to banter with here and talk about this and that. And I hope that you have a wonderful springtime.
Not a problem. And Gesundheit.
And we'll talk at you later, and I'll go ahead and continue here with all these wonderful, fantastic headlines that I got lined up. So, God bless you. Thanks a lot for calling in, buddy. You take care.
And you too, bro.
All right.
And I love Revolution Radio. And we're still not quite there. Please, every dollar does count.
Okay, yeah, what he said. That's right. So go ahead, go to freedomslips.com and check it all out and send us some money and join up to go in the archives, because then you get everything. You get the whole thing, man. You get everything. And you can you can listen to these shows over and over and over again, non-stop, 24 hours a day. Okay? And you still won't run out until next Christmas. Right? Okay? So, do that. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay? You are listening to the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio. And you know what? We were talking about all this stuff that's going on here in Ferguson. Okay? And seriously now. I'm dead serious here now, okay? All right? No fooling around. Okay? This is serious stuff that we're talking about. Okay? Now, here's a report of an officer down in Ferguson. And on August 18th, an officer was down at a branch of the U.S. Bank in Ferguson. I think I did this already. Gunshots were going off everywhere. Yeah, I did this already. Well, I'm not going to do it again. Forget about that. Let's go on to the next one. Okay? Next one. Well, you're going to love this. Okay? White man beaten with a hammer by 4 black men in Ferguson. Oh, yes. Oh. The suspects hit a hot dog vendor with a hammer at a local Home Depot store. Okay? The guy was standing there, minding his own business. Okay? Selling hot dogs. Okay? Minding his own business. And these black guys, 4 of them, they came out and hit him in the head numerous times with a hammer. Okay? Now, the police are hoping that the surveillance video will help to catch the 4 suspects after the guy was robbed. You know, they ran away. Well, they're looking for these guys now. Okay? All right? And they're running around out there somewhere, free as a bird, after banging this guy in the head. Michael Brown. No, that wasn't his name. That was the other guy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Anyway, they hit this guy in the head with a hammer. Now, the media has been having a field day with the Michael Brown thing, right? Am I right? And all this stuff that's going on in Ferguson, as the black community protests this guy's death, with riots and looting and civil rights activists from around the country. They've come forward because they will not stand to see a black man dying at the hands of a white cop. So that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. Now we got Jesse and we got all these guys coming down here and stirring up everything. What if the tables were turned? See? That would be my question. I would say, what if the tables were turned? Would Al Sharpton care if Michael Brown had been a white guy? Well, the answer, of course, is no. No, he wouldn't have made no big deal, right? It was just a white guy. Oh, man. Let me see. What does it say here? It says here, an incident occurred in Ferguson, Missouri, the location of the Michael Brown shooting. This is where the location where it took place. You probably don't remember this brutal hate crime because it never made it into the headlines. Okay. That's unfortunately, when a white person is attacked by blacks, it doesn't fit the left's racist agenda. Therefore, it gets ignored. See, on August 24th, 2013, this white hot dog vendor was attacked with a hammer by 4 black men outside of the Ferguson Home Depot. The black individuals had stolen the hammer. He had stolen the hammer from inside of the store. And when they exited the facility, they swiped the man. They grabbed the man's cell phone. I guess he must have been on a cell phone as they walked by, and they just grabbed the cell phone. So the guy turns around, and he attempts to chase after them. He says, "Hey, give me my cell phone." And he starts chasing after them. At which point, they turn around and they hit him in the head with the hammer several times. It went boom, 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 like that, in the head with a hammer. Okay? And then they fled to their car. And then they tried to drive away. And then they did successfully drive away. That's right. The bloody victim was transported to the hospital with serious injuries. So, there you go. So, a black kid gets shot down by the police. See? Nobody knows whether they will agree on whether or not he had been attacking the cop at the time that the cop shot him. Almost tore his eyeball out, as I understand. Punched him upside the head, broke his bone there, and his eye was kind of sticking out, you know. Oh, man, that's gross. But anyway, so the guy shot him. Hey, what? Boom, boom, boom. Right? So anyway, so, oh boy. So, this makes sense now. This makes sense now. Okay, a black kid gets shot by the police. All right, so it's now all right to attack a white man with a hammer. Okay, now that's the logic. Okay. It makes sense to me. So why not go out and do it some more? Tit for tat. Huh? What do you say? How about this next report? I'm looking at this next. Man, what a report. Oh, it ain't often you see a report like this. Boy, oh boy. My goodness. Look at that. Oh, man. What a report. I have seen some reports in my life, I tell you what. But this one takes the cake. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, now let's go to this next head. Now, seriously now, okay? All right? Seriously now. Our next headline. White man beaten to death by gang of blacks. Obama, Sharpton, and the media is silent. This is a whole different episode here that went on during the time that this was all going on in Ferguson. Okay? It says here, 4 teenagers started a fight with a white man at a Chevron gas station. They repeatedly punched and kicked him, according to police. While attempting to escape, the white guy backed into the center 5-lane highway and was pushed to the ground and knocked unconscious. Then the black kids walked away. They left the guy there, and he gets hit by a car. There you go. The guy's dead, right? They beat him and knocked him down, and then some schmuck came along and run him over with his car. How do you like them apples? Boy, oh boy. Witnesses on the scene told police that at no time did any of the 4 teenagers even attempt to aid the guy on the road or to stop the approaching vehicle. They could have just waved at the vehicle. But no, they did none of those things. So the guy's laying there in the road and ba-dum, ba-dum, and there you go. That's it. So, tell me something. Where was Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson? Okay. Where were they? They were in Ferguson, accepting donations, asking for donations, and accepting donations, and turning around and probably pocketing half of them, right? Right? Sticking in my pocket. Oh, Oh, how'd that get in there? Boy, oh boy. Excuse me. So, some innocent black kid gets shot by cops, and the black community freaks out. Okay? They just start freaking out. Okay? The whole black community. They just hit the streets and just start freaking out. Okay? Anything goes, baby. Anything goes. Look out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, if it's some innocent white guy that gets killed, well, that don't matter much, right? Because that happens every day, right? What? Am I right? Am I right? But it's not just, it's not just the blacks. It's the cops as well. It's the cops as well. Oh, yes, equipped with military gear and trained that the people are the enemy. We've seen them breaking into people's homes, pointing guns at family, shooting the family dog, acting like Nazi stormtroopers all over the country. Oh, yes. Man, oh, man. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, for what it's worth, the Samsel Report. Oh, yes, indeed. And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, until next week, I tell you what, I always get choked up. It always affects me, when we get down to the end of the show. It just gets to me, because we're at the end of the show. The show's coming to an end, and it's almost time for me to be going. You know what I mean? It's almost time for me to be going.
Hello? I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same, I must be going.
For my sake, you must stay. For if you go away, you'll spoil this party I am throwing.
I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you, I must be going.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. There you have it. There you go. Boy, oh, boy. The Samsel Report for this week. I tell you what, you want to come back next week for the Samsel Report right here on Revolution Radio. Okay? If you missed it tonight, you can listen to it tomorrow on Awake Radio. Okay? But this is old Wild Bill getting ready now for the end of the program, which is coming up right here, right pretty quick right here. All right. See you next week, boys and girls. God bless you all. Take care now.
They burned the Constitution. It doesn't mean anything today. We live in a mental institution. 'Cause everything's crazy. Nobody wants to share at all. And people worship money, honey. And everything is breaking down. And everybody's taken down. They're doing away with borders. It's a new world. It's a new day. There is a new world order coming to your town. You better get ready.